joined the Navy 2 days after Pearl Harbor. I volunteered the day of Pearl Harbor. I was on the way to Chicago to meet the general manager of Cleveland Indians. When I crossed the river at the Quad Cities, Davenport, Moline, Rock Island, and East Moline, I heard about Pearl Harbor. I made a phone call, and Gene Tunney flew out on Monday, and I signed up went to War College, went aboard the battleship Alabama with my gun crew. I could not get in the Air Force, the Naval or the Army Air Force or the Naval Air Force. I was flying airplanes. My hearing was too bad from driving tractors on a farm in Iowa. So I went to War College, went on battleship Alabama with my gun crew. And we took supplies to Russia for a year through the U-boats. First of all, we headed with no convoy, with no Liberty ships. We went right over to Iceland, and to take over Iceland with a lot of warships, including the illustrious, the biggest carrier the British had, and the best battle cruiser, heavy cruiser, was the Rodney. The Rodney was the first British ship to open up on the Bismarck with its 8-inch guns in the summer of 1941. Then that ship and the illustrious came to Boston when we were playing ball there, and I invited them to come. I was a player representative to come as our guest to a ball game at Fenway Park. About 200 of them came, and I got to know them all about a year and a half later. So we had a group of warships went towards Iceland, and we sent our airplanes off our carriers to the German fleet was just over the horizon, maybe less than 200 miles away, about maybe 8 hours or even maybe less, and let them know we were coming. The Icelanders hated us because the Germans had built all their housing. But we took over Iceland. The German fleet turned around and went back to Germany. We had them outgunned. And the only thing that counts in a war is who's got the most guns and the men know how to use them best. The hell with diplomacy. If you don't have the guns, it's like when the Pope told Hitler he didn't like what he was doing, he said, how many divisions does a Pope have? Hitler had the best gun control in the world. He had all the guns. So does Castro. He's got all the guns. I'm a member of the NRA. I believe in having guns. Guns don't kill people. I oil my guns twice a year. I got them at home, right in my gun room. So after we got rid of the German fleet, we started taking convoys to Murmansk and Archangel, 40 to 50 below, with the big Russian icebreakers. And I only ever saw one Liberty ship get hit, and we saved everybody. It got split in two with a submarine torpedo. So that goes on for 11 months, taking guns and ammunition and food supplies to Russia. After we sunk the last ship, the Germans had the Tirpitz, hiding in a fjord near Trondheim. We went to the Pacific. When we left the Panama Canal, on the Pacific side, it was 6,600 miles to the Fijis and on to the New Hebrides. And we got Fiji water up here in our room at this hotel. I wouldn't drink water in the Fiji Islands if I needed it, especially at $5 a crack. I bought a grass skirt in the Fiji Islands. I went up, took it up on deck. I got it from a Polynesian girl. Gave her $2 for it. Took it back to the ship, to the Alabama, which is now in Mobile. In fact, for my birthday last Sunday, my birthday was Monday, but they had a party in Cleveland. The director of the battleship Alabama at Battleship Park in Mobile, he was there to meet me, Bill Tunnell. It's a great battleship. They call it the Lucky A. We never lost a man to enemy action. We lost about 34 men by accidents, friendly fire. When you swing the guns around on deck during night firing, you go by the stops, you can wipe out another gun crew right on the deck, and it's about dark. You don't know it until it gets daylight because it's dark. Nobody lights it. Not there. You never light a cigarette. Never light a match. Just a couple of things. We were in the Pacific. Our first island we took was Kwajalein, and it was Inuiatak, and then it was in the Marshalls, and then the Tarawa. We lost 4,000 Marines at Tarawa. We lost 406,000 men in World War II. We lost 7,000 at Iwo Jima. The Japanese had 22,000 there. We took 126 prisoners. The rest of them were killed. We lost 17,000 at Okinawa. The Japanese lost a lot more. I coached baseball in Japan in 1977 for the Tokyo Ball Club. I have a lot of good friends in Japan. I see Tom Lasorda being honored by the Japanese for what he's done for baseball there in Japan. So should Lefty O'Doul, who also should be in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's a lifetime batting average of 349, number 4 of all the players. He's not in the Hall of Fame. He played 11 years and went to San Francisco to play. I pitched against him. I pitched against him and Cecil Travis. There's others that should be in the Hall. He was smart. He knew. He joined Frank Graham, who owned that ball club in San Francisco. I'm sure Jerry Coleman would agree that Lefty O'Doul should be in the Hall of Fame. I knew Joe Jackson. I met him in the second floor of a textile mill when I was 17 or 18 years old. His wife told him how to write. Whether he should be in the Hall of Fame, I'm not to say, but I've known every baseball commissioner from Judge Landis all down. And I'm not so hot about Comiskey being in the Hall of Fame either, because he is in the Hall of Fame. The one that should be in the Hall of Fame is Shillis Joe. He tried to give the money back. He was an illiterate. His wife told him how to autograph a ball, told him how to write his name. Great talent. Some of the things that happened in the Pacific, on June 6th, the one he talks about, when we invaded Europe, that same day we left Majuro, the largest atoll in the world, with over 200 ships. Our supply ships, our tankers, and a lot of warships, 25 carriers, all the big battleships, the Third Fleet. The Third Fleet was the largest and most powerful naval armada in the history of the world. We were going to meet the Japs at Truk. They fled during the night to the Philippines. So we took the Carolines. Then we got to Saipan. We took Saipan. Had to pull out the Army. Had 25,000 Army men at shore. We had to take them out and put in 25,000 Marines with Howland Mad Smith. He took it. He also took Iwo Jima. Howland Mad Smith was a great Marine general, a great leader, just like Eisenhower, Patton, Admiral Nimitz, Admiral King, like Harry Truman and Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan. We don't have them today. Nothing like it. One day at Saipan, we pulled up, we were protecting the beaches, protecting the Marines, and the Japanese fleet came up from the San Bernardino Straits with all their carriers or whatever they had left. They flew over us. They're going to hit us and then land us on Tinian or Saipan, rearm, reload, and hit us again and go back to their carriers. Well, the Tinian is where Paul Tibbets, a friend of mine, I used to hunt with him. He's from Quincy, Illinois, but brought up in Des Moines, flew the B-29 to Super Forces number 82, which is right here at Dulles Airport in the Smithsonian Museum. He flew at 1,200 miles to drop the first bomb. He said, I didn't start the war, but I sure as heck helped finish it. He was right. That day was a big, you probably recall, some of you recall the Marianas Turkey Shoot. The Japanese lost 474 aircraft. They lost 3 or 4 carriers, heavy cruisers, light cruisers, battleships. That was the end of the Japanese Air Force and the Japanese Navy until we got to Leyte Gulf. We finished it off there. The only thing that people in the world understand is who's got the most guns and the men that know how to use them. Democracy is great. Diplomacy is all right. But let's keep our enemy on their shores, not on ours.